So welcome guys, this is Anuneet and I am going to share my experience of joining MySQL with Python. So first of all, to do that you have to just go to the MySQL community server, and then you have to just go to that download page, and then you just download this one, M1. You have to select the 2.51 one. No thanks, just start my download. And as you can see, the installer has been downloaded. Now you just have to open it. This will show this certain security warning. Just run it, and then again this one, yes, and then a yes again. And now this MySQL installer 1.4 wizard will shortly open. So this is what it looks like. Now what we have here, choosing a setup type. So development default installs product needed for MySQL development purposes. So what we have to do is make Python and SQL based programs. So we have to basically develop it. So we can basically just go away with it. Then next. So this one is version 8.0.22. Then I just next. You still have warning selected paths. Yes. Execute. As you can see, this downloading status has been started. So guys, when the first thing downloaded, you can see this pop-up window shows up. You have to agree to the licenses, terms and conditions. If you want, you can read them, or otherwise you can just directly install it. So as you can see, the setup has been successfully installed. Close it, and then this one. Now as you can see, all the installations are done, but this one shows manual. Why? As you can see, one or more product requirements have not been satisfied. Those products with missing requirements will be installed or upgraded. Do you want to continue? You can first do the no. Why? As you can check what is the requirement needed, and the requirement is still failing. Just next it then. Yes. Execute these commands. These are for the installations of the main server, workbench, shell, router, and these are the connectors for various languages like ODBC, C++, J, NET, Python, MySQL documentation and sample examples. So as soon as you execute them, you can see the progress in a while. They all start downloading and installing at the same time, so it will take quite a time. Guys, as you can see, as soon as the download ends, that is all the packages are downloaded, their installation takes place automatically. Actually, these are all the packages of the development type server that you have chosen earlier. If you have chosen the full package, then there would be more than the packages that are appearing now, or if you have chosen the custom server, then you would have a choice to select which one of the packages you could choose. Like if you have chosen the custom server, then you can choose specifically like the server, workbench and the shell. and the Python connector if you are using Python, or C++ connector if you are using C++. That depends on your choice, but as recommended, so you can just simply download the development server. Now every package has been completely installed and downloaded. Now you can simply next it. Here you can see MySQL server, router, samples and examples. Next it. This is type and networking. Here you can see the configuration type. This shows three types of configurations: development computer, server computer and dedicated computer. So as per their definition, you can simply choose the development computer, as you are not going to just make yourself a host. So just you have to make simple databases programs, then choose development computer and then next. This is authentication method. It requires the password choice. By default, use strong password. The recommended one is chosen. Next it. Now you have to just make a password. Actually guys, I have an pre-existing account, that's why it prompts the current root password. If you don't have a pre-existing account, then a window will appear that prompts only password. Then you can write your password there, and then it will just like the normal password ones, it will again tell you to repeat your password to verify it, and then you can just next it. So since I have an pre-existing account, it just directly gives me a green tick, but for the beginners it will prompt a new password and then re-prompt it, and then it will show this green tick. Then you can just next it, and then this will lead you to Windows service, and then this shows the standard system account and custom user account. If you wanna use the standard system account, it would be like pre-existing system by default, you can say. And if you wanna add a custom user, you can write the username and password for the custom user you wanna create. You can also tick this one if you wanna start the server directly after the system startup finishes. So I have selected the standard system account. Now I will just next it. It will lead me to the apply configuration. Click execute to apply changes, then I will execute them, and now the system configuration has been finished. So after the finish, you can just go to all apps, and then just search for this MySQL, and you will see the whole log. You have to open the MySQL 8.0 command line. There will be two command lines, but this one is Unicode and this one is line client. So you have to open this one. As you can see, it will prompt you to enter password. So write your password, what you have set for your root account. So as soon as you write the right password, you can see the welcome to MySQL monitor, and this is, so this is, now you have come to the MySQL prompt. Now you can just check by entering a simple command, show data bases. and then a semicolon. So these are the databases you have right now: information schema, MySQL, performance schema, Sakila, Sysword, Word. To open any one of these, you can just write a simple command, use, and the database name you want to open, like Word, and then a semicolon. As you can see, the database has been changed, which means you can now use this database. Now to see its contents, you can simply write show tables and a semicolon, of course. So this word database includes city, country, and country language tables. So this way you can use the command line to check whether the database has correctly been installed or not. Now after checking the command line, you can just go to cmd. Here you have to write the command. The command is pip install MySQL connector. This will install a module in the Python library which will help you connect the Python to the SQL. And now after pressing enter, it shows collecting MySQL connector, downloading, and then downloading starts. So now the package has been successfully installed. You can check it. Just write Python. So as soon as you write Python, the Python will start in the CMD. Now you have just to write import mysql.connector to check whether it is successfully installed or not. And since no error comes out, that means it has been successfully installed. So now you can write help mysql dot connector, and you can see the whole package. If you enter it, then it will just go and go on. It would be like 4000 lines big package. So well, you have just downloaded it. Now you can check it. Open the Python and write a simple program in the shell if you want, or in the script mode. Like if you want a quick check, then you should write here. You should simply write import mysql dot connector and then press and enter, and then write my, or made a simple variable of any name, like I have created a my equal connector dot connect you have to write this command, like the host is localhost and the user is root. These two values are by default. The password you should have set yourself, like I have set this one, and then I press enter. No error, thank God. Now I will write the next line. So I've written a simple if else condition like if my dot is connected, which means if my, which holds the value mysql.connector.connect host user and password is connected. It's a syntax, or you can say an attribute to my variable. Then print successful, else print sorry. I hope it comes successful. Oh yes, it has successfully connected. Hence, this way you can connect your MySQL with Python. Also, like import, I have written import mysql.connector. So writing it again and again would be so much troublesome. You can also do this program like so. As you can see here, what I did is that I assigned a user defined name to this module mysql.connector. Now it is much more easy to write sqlc or whatever name you would like to describe than mysql.connector repeatedly, and the result is the same.